Hey guys, Third Street Reactions here. We're back with Rick and Morty, Season 2, Episode 6.
And you're who?
I'm Shane.
I'm Zakk.
I'm James.
It's been a little bit since we watched the last one. It had Unity in it.
Was it Unity?
It was Swifty.
Get Swifty. Ice Cube.
Okay.
Ice Water, where the hell his name was.
Okay.
Ice, it was
Water Tea. Water Tea.
Yeah. in this battle with the Numericons at the end. They were on Alphabetrium.
Mm-hmm.
That was their home planet.
Damn.
And
I don't remember all that.
The Numericons showed up. And he busts out the Glocks at the end.
Yeah.
So Ice-T basically saved Earth, though, right?
Yeah, but
he
this
blocked
was
that laser
from
destroying the Earth, and that gave them time to set up their song.
And he kind of redeemed himself.
Yeah. What's funny is earlier in that episode, he kind of disappeared, and I thought he abandoned it. I thought he was just
he turns into the ice brick and
he shot through the ceiling. I thought he was like, "Fuck you guys," so, but he came through.
I wonder what Ice-T thought about that.
I don't know.
He probably called his lawyer and said, "Where's my fucking royalties?"
That was one of my favorite episodes, though, with the president, because I like Keith David and the president. Even at the end, when you find out that Rick's laser watch was just a hat trick, that he actually disintegrated him and he had a snake holster in his leg.
That was amazing.
He's like, "I love this man!"
That was one of my favorite, actually, scenes or aha moments out of any episode of Rick and Morty I've seen. That was amazing.
That was good.
And because I remember we talked about, I feel like Rick could create something that would actually do that, but he just wanted to do the magic trick. And that's pretty much it. Do you remember anything else you want to talk about?
No, it was a really good episode.
Basics.
Yeah.
Ice-T, that's pretty much all I got to say about that episode.
Let's get to the next episode.
The best ice cream in the multiverse! Whoa. You go get some ice cream, motherfucker!
Nobody's better than me! Hey!
No fun.
What the hell? That was my daughter's pediatrician! Oh god, I can't feel my legs! Help! Help!
Summer is safe.
I don't feel safe.
Oh my god.
Oh god, help me! Help me! Help me, please! You can help me!
Damn.
Keep Summer safe.
I then introduced that life to the wonders of electricity, which they now generate on a global scale. And some of it goes to power my engine and charge my phone and stuff.
You have a whole planet sitting around making your power for you? That's slavery!
It's society. They work for each other, Morty.
That just sounds like slavery with extra steps!
Someone's gonna get laid in college.
This is improving our day.
Wait for the ramp, Morty. They love the slow ramp. Really gets their dicks hard when they see us flying.
I guess their dicks are
See this ramp.
Greetings! Morty, you gotta flip them off. I told them it means peace among worlds. How hilarious is that? Coming through, 2 real aliens walking through here.
Boxes obsolete!
I would love to see it.
You!
What did you say to me?
You told me it means much obliged.
Oh, great. Blow me.
No. Blow me.
It's hard for people to grasp, but inside that container is an infinite universe with a planet capable of generating massive amounts of heat. I call it a miniverse.
I really think what you're doing here is unethical. It's not cool.
What?
You got the people on this world slaving away, making your power? I mean, that's what I call slavery.
No, they work for each
Well, that just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
Morty.
Somebody's gonna get laid in college.
Rick, and you and I will be on Ice Cream Street, baby! Eating that motherfucking ice cream, slurping it up.
What's that?
Hypocrisy doesn't bother me either.
Daddy?
Oh my god. Hunter?
Daddy?
What the hell?
Hunter? Oh my boy. I'm sorry. It was all my fault. I'm sorry.
Daddy, leave the car alone.
What?
Leave the car alone.
Hunter?
Oh my god.
Stay here, Hunter, no! God, no! Hunter!
Away from the vehicle.
Holy shit.
I told them this means peace among worlds. How hilarious is that?
Really funny, Z. Hey,
This is slavery. You're talking about creating a planet of slaves.
told you, Zeep. Oh, they won't be slaves. They'll work for each other and pay each other
money.
That just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
You gotta hang on tight, you know, because she
bucks pretty hard. Oh boy, what? Oh my God, no!
Come on. Pterodactyl! Asshole!
It's to start our car! That's what you used my universe for? To run your car?
Yeah, but don't flatter yourself. There's always AAA, you
Really?
sucker. You crafty son of a... Ow! Someone has to bring a little culture. And it certainly can't be someone whose entire culture powers my brake lights! Hey, that's my deer!
Turtle shell on his back.
The snake again. That's hilarious.
We have no leaders. We follow only the will of the forest.
Ooh, wow. Gay.
That is pretty gay.
You two call yourselves geniuses, but you have spent this time.
I masturbated to an extra curvy piece of driftwood the other day.
I don't care what it takes. You two are
If this works, drinks are on me.
If drinks are on you, you're gonna need a second mortgage on that tower. I'm an alcoholic.
Opium addict.
Opium's worse.
Morty, hop on my back. Why? Go, Sanchez ski shoes.
Go.
Gadget.
Inspector Gadget, yeah.
You monster!
Whoa, bad tour.
It's the teeny version. Or the mini version.
Yeah.
The subdermal chip that could call upon dormant nanobots in your bloodstream to restructure your anatomy and turn you into a
Getting
car.
fucking crazy.
Concentrate, Morty. Concentrate and turn into a car, Morty. Never mind, here's a taxi. Get in, it's fine.
Thank God he didn't turn into a car.
We will stop bombing them, and they will no longer use their telepathic abilities to make us wander into webs for later consumption. Instead, we will work together to make
That'd be
this world
fucking
a better
terrible.
place for all.
Don't do it!
You quit school, but you still got some learning to do. Class dismissed. Jeez.
Damn.
Peace among worlds, Rick.
Yeah, listen to that baby purr. You were right, Morty. Ew, what the hell? Jesus, there's flies in my ice cream.
Presidential decree.
No matter how many legs.
What the did you do, Summer?
It's a high price for peace.
All right, so that was the episode 6. That was a reaction. Now we're going to discuss it. What did you guys think of this episode?
I really like it.
Yeah.
Really gets their dicks hard. This ramp.
It's one of my favorite of the season for sure.
I thought it was really good. You know, I loved how in the early part of this episode, Morty was trying to convince Rick that his planet was unethical. Then Rick was trying to convince
This repeats it almost.
the other guy. Yeah, it just kept repeting, but it was so clever.
Yeah, that's a big conversation. Before we jump into it, though, what about you, Zakk? Anything crazy?
There's all kinds of quotes that I really like in this episode.
Yeah.
That they eating that motherfucking ice cream, slurp, slurp, slurp. It certainly can't be someone whose entire culture powers my brake lights.
I love that. Yeah.
Like, that's what my universe is for, powering your car. It was great. The drinks are on me. You're going to need a second mortgage on that tower.
Yeah.
I'm
Then the ship. I mean, that ship was badass. The way it.
Yeah. So the B storyline with Summer, that was very entertaining.
That was very good. Yeah.
That's you. That's what you sound like.
Yeah.
Freaked me out when they diced that guy up, or the ship diced that guy up, and then paralyzed the other. The paralyzing was worse to me, man. To see that guy drag himself over the ship.
Did you ever see Resident Evil?
The movie?
The first one, the movie.
Oh, yeah, but years and years ago.
Well, that one guy, they have that hallway.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to break into the facility.
Right.
And that laser starts going through and cutting these people in half and shit.
Oh, my
I forgot about that.
And that the captain or whatever of the team, he's dodging that laser, doing all this cool shit. And all of a sudden the laser just turns into this grid at the end of it and cuts him into pieces.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
reminded me of that.
Wow.
I mean, when you say that, it kind of reminds me of Ocean's 12, the French guy. Have you ever seen the Ocean's movies?
I ain't seen 12.
I don't think I've
11.
seen 12.
Okay. There's a part where the main antagonist, he's a master thief, and he has to go through this, to steal this artifact, he has to go through this system, like there's lasers going everywhere, and it won't cut you in half, it'll trip the alarm. And he does it through sheer skill. Like, he just flips through there, does all these crazy dances, he puts on, like, music. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But the idea of the fact that he created this universe and then it powers his battery. What do you guys think of that? Is that unethical? If so, why?
Oh, man. That's such a difficult question. I think I've said this before. I used to work with a guy that believed that each little cell in your body was a different planet, and
He really believed it?
He really believed it.
I think it's cool to think about. I don't think...
And it powered you. You know what I mean?
Why does he think that, though? Based off of what?
I think he thinks that because he got too much time to think.
Well, we literally had this conversation over 20 years ago, so I forget the entire explanation he had, but he had thought about it a lot. He really had. So this kind of made me think about that again. Yeah, I don't know if it's unethical or not. I mean, if Rick is the god per se, the god of that
how do we know we ain't
world,
got a battery somewhere?
Maybe, if he's a god, he's the creator, he gets to create what he wants to create. You know what I mean? And whatever reason he wants to create.
The idea is if they develop some kind of conscience and free will and intelligence.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because you can say we have beasts of burden, okay? Yeah. Started doing it in Europe, and then we brought it over here to the Americas. Mm-hmm. Because the natives here didn't have beasts of burden. They didn't have the wheel. A lot of people don't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they didn't have horses either. We brought those here.
They're European.
Yeah. So, like, the idea that we create something for a reason. Yeah, the thing is, I don't think it's slavery. For the same reason that he said, is like they have an economy. Everyone's being fooled.
Well,
a lot of the energy that they're producing is being stolen.
Yeah. But they would.
Yeah, they have their own economy. They have their own.
They get to live.
Happiness.
Yeah, they get to live.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, see,
they're basically free. It ain't like they can just.
Yeah.
I equate it more to like corporations, though, in our world. How I'm torn on like corporations, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a good thing about it because corporations employ millions and millions of people.
Yep.
But then I see how corporations crush the little guy.
Well, corrupt corporations.
Yeah. Crush. I mean, even like Walmart. I don't know if you consider Walmart corrupt or not. I don't necessarily consider Walmart corrupt, but I also see how Walmart's destroyed a lot of small businesses in Marietta.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of grocery stores and other small businesses, little small hardware stores. So I kind of, is it unethical? Is it ethical? I don't know. I think there's just two sides of the coin.
Yeah, where you draw the line with that is people shop there, and that's why they're successful.
See,
it's capitalism.
Yeah, it's how deep it gets, right? Because if people wouldn't shop there, then they wouldn't have got the power that they got. And, people like that once, just like Amazon, right? Amazon is now crushing a lot of brick and mortars, and it might even crush some of its other huge corporate competitors because people don't need to go to Walmart anymore. Eventually, they'll be able to order everything off of Amazon or whatever comes along, and you won't even have to leave your house.
Well, yeah, some people want the government to regulate those type of things. I don't think they should. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, it would be a crazy thing if we just had Amazon and, had Walmart to buy our groceries.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm very torn on if government should regulate that. I'm capitalist. I like to think of myself as capitalist, but I also love the little guy. You know what I mean? I love the little business.
Oh, I definitely do too.
I'm nostalgic in the sense I remember, the late 80s, early 90s when, there was just all these little small businesses. I remember my mom taking me like the food center in Marietta.
Yeah, me too. And they had noodles and ground beef, my favorite soup.
Yeah, and
depending on what the business is, some of them are still thriving, but it's just if they're trying to sell clothes, they're almost they got to be designer clothes or some shit that appeals to people they can't get at Walmart.
Right.
Yeah, like Charity Hands on Front Street.
They got to sell shit that you can't just walk into Walmart and buy. So it's typically high quality shit,
right?
And that's going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
And it ain't for the little guy. And, any one of us probably right now in our situations ain't going to walk into most of those places and just walk out with something. So
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really torn on it. I really am, because I get it. I mean, I've worked in corporate America for over 16, 17 years. I've seen the great side of it. I've seen the ugly side of it.
So Rick, he created a system, and because their economy is powering his battery, and because he's taking the majority of the power, when that happens, like in a society or in a group, eventually the tyranny makes the group like rebel, or they're so, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the group is so compelled to find a better way. That's why they created their own source.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like when you're cheating the system that much, eventually the system always falls apart.
Yeah. Well, I think we could see that in our world, because I love capitalism when everybody can have a seat at the table, for example. But I think the bigger these corporations are getting, there's not as much room at the table anymore.
What's interesting is, so the government now, like, with the high taxes, if they take more than half your money, like, doesn't the government? It's basically like a socialist thing.
Right.
If the government takes half your money,
right,
who owns the business?
Well,
basically the government. Yeah. And if you, like, was it General Motors? Like, they got bailed out. Like some of these businesses.
That's another problem.
Yeah, they get bailed out.
Yeah, that's another problem with these corporations getting way too big. Is then they're so powerful, like the baking industry, the automobile industry, the airline industry. When shit hits the fan,
they need bailed out.
You know what I mean?
Because if not, then it's going to be worse.
And that's really not fair to the little and mid-sized companies that are employing people. They're just trying to get by and survive, and these big corporations are getting these billions of dollars of cash infusion, and these little guys are just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What about us? You know what I mean? So it's tough. It's really tough. Double-edged sword, too, because now you're seeing all these people, I mean, millions of people are working for corporations, and all those people have, for the most part, have pretty good health care, when before they were working for smaller companies, and, the health care was really expensive. So it's when we talk about this subject, it just leads into so many different things, where you go, well, if you got rid of the corporations, or if you strip the power of the corporations, then we need to talk about universal health care, because all these people are going to get stripped of their health. You know what I mean? So it's just it's such a deep conversation that it just has so many.
If the government has that much power over business, then you're basically living in a fascism.
Yeah. I just don't...
Because the government directs the economy.
Yeah, it just doesn't appear that way.
Well, it's government and...
It doesn't appear that way. You're right.
And...
fascism...
Government and corporations...
That's fascism, right?
Yeah,
that's fascism.
Communism is where they just
pretty
much control everything.
At this point, I just don't think there's any turning back. I just think...
I mean, a lot of economists,
right.
they agree with you.
Yeah.
They think of, like, because of the administration switching back and forth,
right,
that are polar opposites.
Yes.
We keep digging ourselves in deeper holes.
Yeah. But the problem is, too, that neither one, no matter what, is really making any different spending practices.
No, they're really
they're
not.
Still all borrowing money.
Yeah.
And they're still all driving this country deeper into debt, which ties us into the world economy even more, because we're borrowing.
Yeah, and then eventually they're going to drop the dollar.
Yep.
Yeah, then what happens? This fucking economy tanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
it'll be like Greece.
Two sides of the coin. They are two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. Okay, so, but the morality, because we're talking about the economy, the morality, like you said, you believe, like, okay, he created these people.
Right. I mean, that's where I'm going with it right now.
Yeah, I am too. But, like, I think ultimately, if he created them, then he's kind of the sovereign ruler. But I think if he could be a tyrannical one, or he could be a good one. And right now, I think I don't think of him as tyrannical. I think of him as a little corrupt. You know what I mean? But I think there's definitely a difference.
I can't remember how much energy he said...
Not the power of his car.
That goes to the car.
Yeah.
Not in the scientific terms, but they mentioned a percentage that went to waste to the volcano, which is actually his.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the other guy said the one guy created like 80% of the energy went to him,
80%, okay.
And the other 20% went to them.
Yeah.
Which
so eventually they would realize it's not efficient. So they're scientists, and as they evolve, they're going to find other means of more efficient energy.
Right.
In Star Trek, do you remember what the Prime Initiative is?
Hell no.
Nope.
Well, it's basically, and if I'm wrong, then I'm sorry, the idea that when you are exploring and discovering these other worlds, ethically, no matter what's going to happen,
you're not going to intervention.
Yeah, you're not going to intervene with their culture.
Right.
It might be them killing themselves. It might be like they have a virus and they need a cure. You're not going to mess with them.
Stay the hell out of the way.
And that's what Star Trek's about, because frequently they do intervene. Yeah. Because, morality.
Right.
They believe, okay, like we can help, so we're going to.
Right.
But there is a war between these two people. And just because we think this side is right, we're not going to give them nuclear weapons. So that's one thing they definitely won't do.
Right.
The idea, and we see it in Mass Effect, like elevating a civilization above where they are morally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you give like these cavemen electricity, then they might do something bad with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
So I just thought that was interesting.
No, I agree with you, and I think the only way, honestly, and this is impossible, but the only way really to know if this is ethical or not ethical would be to pull the happiness of Rick's people's life. You know what I mean? Maybe they have a fulfilling life. Maybe they go punch the clock and generate the power, but maybe they got kids and families.
Well, that's the thing, but like they wouldn't know any better, so they wouldn't have a happy life. If you watch The Matrix, the people in The Matrix, if you polled them, a lot of those guys might be happy, but they're also living a lie. They are literally the batteries that are fueling the machines.
Yeah. Is it better to live a lie
and
be happy, or not to live a lie?
Ignorance is bliss. I mean, ignorance literally is bliss.
Absolutely.
But there's also that, like, I want to learn as many true things as possible in my life, and then learn about the false things and know that they're false. You know what I mean?
Right.
I already have my tango of truth. I'm good.
I just want to be happy.
I just want to drink.
I
gotta wait till November to drink. So that's the longest year of my fucking life.
I literally just want to be happy. That's it. I don't care
if you're living a lie.
If I never find out, if I hit the dirt and I'm buried and I never find out,
then why would it matter?
Then why would it matter? You know what I mean?
It really wouldn't.
Reminds me of Harrison Ford's dog in Blade Runner 2049. Mm-hmm. If you remember when his character's introduced and he's got the dog with him in Las Vegas, and Ryan Gosling's character asks him, "Is it real?" And Harrison Ford's like, "Why don't you ask him?"
Yeah, basically.
It don't matter, the fucking dog. The dog is there regardless. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys, when Rick and Morty and Zeke were stranded, have you guys ever been fucking stranded before? Like, really fucking stranded? Like, oh shit stranded?
No.
Like an oh shit stranded?
Like where you couldn't reach anybody, like you didn't have a cell phone, you didn't have any way to get a hold of anybody, and either your ass was waiting for somebody to come by with your thumb up like a fucking hitchhiker.
I've never been oh shit stranded.
You've never been oh shit stranded?
No.
No, I never have.
I have.
Okay, how?
Well, years ago, when I was probably 18 or 19, after I moved to Evansville, Indiana, I was coming back to Marietta, and long story short, my ex and I got in an argument. So I didn't tell anybody I was leaving. I just got in the van at like 10 o'clock at night.
You had a van?
Yeah, I had a van. Yeah, it wasn't a proud moment. I was like 19. Wasn't proud. Anyway, it was a soccer mom van. Anyway, it got me to A to B, except it couldn't get me from Evansville to Marietta because I was driving back to Marietta from Evansville, 8-hour drive, and right as I got past, like in between Zanesville and Cambridge, the engine blew. Boom! I'm like, motherfucker. It's like, at this point, it's like...
I don't remember this.
Nah, it's been so long. It's like 3 a.m., right? The highway's dead. I have no cell phone. I mean, this was before cell phones were like readily available.
Yeah.
So I just had one of two choices. Do I sit in the car in the middle of fucking winter all night from like 2 or 3 in the morning until, daylight and freeze my balls off?
Yeah.
Or do I start walking? What would you guys do?
I'd fucking walk.
It depends where I was. If I knew I was 50 miles away from anywhere, I think I would try to not hitchhike.
Did you say you knew how far away you were?
I honestly didn't. I knew I just passed Zanesville in the last... Is it Zanesville? I think it's Zanesville. In the last 15, 20 minutes before that, I had no clue how close I was to the next town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I made the decision to start walking, so I started walking. And after walking for about a half hour, I saw a light in the distance. So I'm like,
you were in a back road?
No, I was on the main highway.
Okay.
It was so dark, no one could see me. It's not like a whole hitchhike, right? So I see a light.
There, buddy.
Huh?
I've been there.
Yeah. So you've been.
I guess I technically have been stranded.
Yeah.
I forgot all about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Like, I didn't sure if you were gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
No, I forgot all about that shit. No, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I walked. So I saw that light, and I walked to that light, and it was an old, like rural, super rural. Rural, am I saying right? Rural.
That's a hard word to say.
Yeah, rural.
That's why people say Royal King instead of Rural King.
Yeah.
Rural.
It was an old rural
Most people know it's
water department. And there was just a bunch of hillbillies in there running the water department. And I go up and I say,
"Oh shit, I was Janet."
I go, man. Or I knock on the door. Somebody comes down and like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. I broke down, got stranded or whatever." And they could tell I was freezing my balls off. And he's like, "Well, let me call the sheriff and I'll have him come pick you up." So
I'm like in the Ozarks.
Yeah. So I'm like, that'd be amazing. So the sheriff comes, picks me up, takes me and drops me off at a McDonald's in Cambridge. And by the time I get there, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I walk in there, and there's like 30, 85-year-old men just sitting there drinking coffee.
At McDonald's, that's what they do.
So I go and sit down next to them, and I have the most amazing conversation for like 3 hours with them about fucking war and the 30s and 40s and their childhood and fucking everything, dude. It was beautiful. My grandma ended up coming to pick me up, God rest her soul, and grandma on my mom's side.
I remember.
And yeah, it was just fucking terrible. I mean, it was terrible. I froze my ass off, and I'd never been in the back of a police car, even though I knew I wasn't in trouble. Like, shit was going through my mind, like, I'm in the back of a fucking police car, like. Yeah, it was just weird. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was. Even though it was a terrible night, I still do remember that night or that morning getting to sit with all those old fellas that are probably all dead now because it's been 20 years ago.
Yeah,
and having those conversations about World War II and them in the military and shit like that. So yeah, it was cool.
Well, mine involved liquor and it involved women, which are. Been a bad combination for me in the past few years. So, you cut the dead weight.
Yep.
It's just liquor now.
Yeah, it's just liquor now.
But anyway, I was north of here. I ain't going to start naming places or people. But it was on 77. And long story short, there was a stabbing, there was a lot of beating, and there were guns. And I ended up walking home. And this is 39 miles from Marietta.
You walked 39 miles?
I started to. I started walking on the highway.
Right.
Well, you were so drunk. Were you
By that point, I wasn't drunk. I'd sobered up pretty quick.
After the stabbing and
After
the
the stabbing and the beer bottle
up.
and the guns, I was sober. So I was walking, and I walked into a gas station. And I didn't know what condition I looked like. I just walk in, and I needed to use the phone. I'm okay, can I use your bathroom? Where's it at? He's like, oh, it's back there. I walk into the bathroom, there's fucking blood all over my face. I'm like, oh, fuck. I cleaned up.
And the
guy out there
the fucking clerk is like this.
Did he call the police?
No. I walked back out and I'm like, can I use your phone? And let me use the phone, and I left.
Is this during COVID too?
Who'd you call? Did you call your dad?
I called a friend of mine, and I called my grandma to let her know since I was staying there at the time. So
you probably got your DNA all over the fucking phone, blood and shit.
Probably.
Dude.
Evidently, I didn't have it.
This poor fucking clerk. What time was this?
This is probably
It's like
2 or 3 in the morning.
I thought you got picked up by the cops at this point.
It's coming. So I start walking on the highway again, back towards Marietta. And
was your friend coming to get you?
No. I think it went straight to his voicemail.
What time of year was this?
This was
last summer.
Oh, so it was warm.
Summer.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad. So I'm walking down the highway, and cars are passing me, etc. I eventually just start walking straight down, because I was kind of cutting back and forth for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, then, at some point, someone had called the Stadies, and they showed up, because I was walking on the highway.
Right.
And
is that illegal?
It is illegal.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't know it either, until they told me that night. So they picked me up. Well, they didn't even pick me up first. They stopped me, and they said, hey, what's going on? And they saw I was bloody and shit, and they're like, whoa, and they looked at me over and looked in my bag. I told them what happened. They said, well, you gonna press charges? I'm like, man, I just want to get home and go to work. I gotta be at work at 6, and I live in Marietta. And they go, well, you ain't gonna make it there now. it's 3 a.m. and I only walked probably like 5 miles at that point.
Yeah, that's so.
So they talk to each other. They call the Marietta Barracks, and they meet the State Highway Patrol Barracks.
Oh, okay.
So they give me a ride to Maxburg, and there the Marietta Barracks picks me up and takes me to the farm. I get cleaned up. I get dressed for work. I go to work. No fucking sleep all that night.
Holy shit.
After roughhousing and being drunk and everything else, just went to work.
Holy shit. How bad were you cut up?
My tooth was busted out. And I got a scar now on my lip where it went through my lip. I had 2 gashes on my head that ended up healing over. I didn't go to the doctor or anything.
Wow.
So
What about your shoulder?
my shoulder wasn't fucked. Oh, yeah, where I got stabbed. It was all right. It burned a little bit, but
God,
after a while, it was just kind of sore.
This motherfucker's lucky to be alive.
So
For real.
It was a hell of a night. And, liquor and women, man. They ain't a good combo.
No.
So, and blondes.
Blondes in particular?
Evidently.
You've had some bad luck with blondes.
Well, actually, I don't remember if she's
You don't even remember what
natural
color her hair was.
No, I just don't remember if it was natural.
That bitch dyed her hair.
I think it might have been, yeah. She was a false blonde, a false positive. She was.
Well, mine was in high school. It's junior year. We're going to have a party at my buddy Tom's house. And his parents ended up not going out of town. Okay? And we invited all the seniors, all the popular people in our class, their class. And then I remember this girl I was like crazy about. She was going to come. And the day that we were going to have it, his parents ended up the day before. They ended up canceling their trip. They're going out of town for like a 4-day weekend.
Oh, wow. So
we ended up driving around like all day and all night trying to find can we just go party somewhere? Let's go find like a bar. We're going to try to find something.
Yeah.
Okay? And we just found this fucking field out 26 towards Coolsville or some shit.
Okay.
And Tom, dude, right here, I think we can't do that. And then, so I thought he was going to call it off. And then I got a message saying, hey, you coming? On AOL Instant Messenger. I'm like, well, I need a ride. Where are we going? Oh, you just wait, baby. Well, so basically, a car pulls up. We're at Rinky Dinks.
Oh, wow.
And, all right, just follow us. More people are coming. Like 12 cars.
Holy crap, just packed
full of people. 50 people are coming to this thing. Like, oh, God. So we just end up driving. Tom just gets in his cars, Butte Park Avenue. It's me, Jeremy, Tom, Cody. And he just starts driving. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, we'll find a place. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Are you nuts? And then we keep getting phone calls. Hey, where the fuck are we going? I'm like, oh, just wait, baby. And we start going to this field. And Tom's like, all right, start a fire and go. And then all these, it's stupid. They fucking leave. Except like a few people. Like 10 people stay. The guy's like, they're all dudes. There's like 2 girls. Yeah. Right. So he goes like, I got some girls you can pick up. They go to Frontier. So Tom goes to get them, and he gets a tent. Like, all right, fine. This won't be a complete waste. Okay? So we're building this tent. In this field, some guy comes by in his pickup truck and says, hey, what are you doing in my field? Okay? And I swear to God, when we got there, it was like a fenced-in place, and it was open. Like we just went in.
Yeah.
Okay?
I don't mean it's open to the public.
No, what I'm saying is on our way out, there were cows and stuff.
They weren't around at the time. Cows can move.
I know, but there was like an opening. There was like an opening. I swear. I remember there being an opening.
Were there cattle grates on the ground or anything?
It was dark when we got there.
Well, you'd heard them rattle. They're like pipes on the ground. It's a grating.
Does that keep the cattle from going anywhere?
Yeah, because it'll fuck with their footing.
Okay.
And they won't be able to walk
back up.
Well, I don't remember, or I wasn't paying attention.
Right.
But... So Tom's like, I gotta take these girls home now. Like, what the hell? So me and Jeremy and Dana Casto, we sit in the road on this back road. I have no idea where it is. I think it was something crazy that I can't even find now because it doesn't exist anymore. Okay, we were sitting back to back to back in the middle of the road. Okay, sitting in this fucking. It was pouring down the rain, and we were sitting there back to back to back, and Jeremy's like, you stupid, you fucked us over, dude, you fucked us.
Motherfucker, okay. I can't believe him.
Yeah. And they were there for an hour and a half.
Oh my god!
And I remember thinking, it can't get any worse than this. And then just like a movie, like lightning. And Jeremy goes, it's worse. Like a movie. And it's pouring down the fucking rain. And I'm like, and they got to the point you stop caring because you're so wet.
Yeah.
We're sitting back to back to back, trying not to fall asleep. It's like 3:30 in the morning at this point.
Oh my god.
And we're in a mud puddle that's like to our abdomen. But we're just sitting there.
Did Tom just get him some? What the hell took him so long?
Him and Cody they got lost or something, and something happened with this girl they was kind of seeing, and they got a fucking fight, and she ran out of the car somewhere else, and he had to go chase her.
Oh my god, dude.
So this ambulance drives by, and then like 30 minutes later they drive by again. Hey, you guys need a ride or a phone call? Like, yes! They take us to like the fire department somewhere, and I have no idea where. We make a phone call, we can't get through to them. And then finally Tom picks up, and Kevin and I never ever got in a fight. He's like, where the fuck are you? I said, motherfucker, you left us there for 2 fucking hours. Raining shit. And he's like, well, fucking, and he told me what happened. We went there, couldn't fucking find it. We went to Walmart to get the fucking boxes to burn for fucking fire for your ass. So
which wouldn't have burnt because it's pouring down a fucking rain.
He picks us up. And then fucking, he picks us up in his fire department, and like the back is full of like boxes from Walmart. So Tom just takes them and throws them all out in this parking lot where his fire department is. Just get out of here.
Oh my god.
And we leave, and then we have a track meet the next day at 9 in the morning.
Oh shit.
So we go to by Kroger where Pizza Hut is. We fucking sleep in his car until the track meet the next day.
Wet and muddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got there the next day, and then there's some guys who were like there with us who ended up leaving. And what the hell did you guys get into after we left? And Coach Mayer was like, he was looking at us, because Tom is like, the prodigal son. He loves him more than he loves his own kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Father's gonna get you in trouble one day. I can tell. I'm thinking, you don't fucking know. So that was the one time I was stranded. And that's
wow. That sounds fucking terrible.
I forgot about it, yeah. I can't believe it, yeah.
Not as bad as Zakk's, but pretty bad.
No, this is much
Mine
worse.
was much more violent and
yes.
Well, the thing is, like,
fighting for your life.
I can really look at my thing now, and it's fun.
Right.
It was fun that it happened. It was funny.
I think it's fun that what happened to Zakk. Personally,
maybe not for him.
It wasn't fun at the time, but
it makes for a hell of
laugh at it.
It makes for a hell of a story.
Well, just like
I've got a few more up that alley.
Well, it's the idea that like a roller coaster is cheap fun. Doing something shitty with your friends and persevering, and like a couple months later, like, that was a lot of fun.
Absolutely,
that's expensive fun.
Absolutely.
I had several run-ins with the law in the last year.
Yeah,
and it was real and it was fun, but it wasn't real fun.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. So. The police officers came. The first incident we had, or the second incident, where the SWAT team came. The ghost baby melting.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So he was obviously
psychological warfare.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was a terrible thing.
It was like he had to deal with.
Don't go!
It was like he had to deal with his son dying twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of you have loved ones. All can be given, all can be taken away.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was awful.
And just to go, the Inspector Gadget moment with
Go Sanchez ski shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brought a lot of memories back for me from Inspector Gadget.
I never watched Inspector Gadget ever in my life.
Really?
I don't know.
I really got into it either. I don't know if it was access or just.
I didn't have access. Yeah, I didn't have access to it.
There was even a movie.
I know it had
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, and I didn't see it.
I don't think I saw it either.
Yeah. Anyways, love this episode. Crazy conversation. I'll probably have to cut a lot down.
I love the spider comment at the end when
I heard it.
Peace agreement.
Yeah.
And in the previous episode and Get Swifty when the president says, "I love this man."
Yes.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And the idea of, which is just a funny little thing, and the only reason I would remember it is because I think we mentioned in the pre-discussion. His mech that he was fighting Zeep with had the snake thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that was hilarious.
The snake holster.
Yes, that was great.
What was the point of it?
There wasn't any point because the snake would just came out and then he releases an eagle and it takes the fucking snake away.
It's so damn funny, dude.
Like the Mexican flag, an eagle with a snake in its talons.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? which is kind of cool, actually.
It's more badass than a lot of flags.
Yeah, I'd say the American flag is actually really cool looking, though.
It is.
There is some flag.
It's got it together.
Yeah, there's some flag. There's like a green cloth. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it is. I'm sorry if you're from that country. I was looking at your brother Josh was showing me flags. Look at this fucking green flag. Like, that's it?
Years ago?
20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I'll never forget it. Yeah. Yeah, I think we talked this episode to death.
Well, I think the story time kind of...
The story time, yeah.
Shit, so.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about the main issue, which was the morality ethics issue concerning the micro world, so I think that was pretty pretty good.
And the funny thing, Morty turning into a car at the end.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
You know, basically, I think killing someone is...
It was that one kid that... It can't be the same kid because that kid died very early on in the series.
Okay.
The kid that Rick freezes, and you guys probably don't remember.
Yeah, and then like...
And he falls down and busts and
scars
Summer.
Yeah. Summer, yeah.
Yo, I didn't when he said he had put a chip into Morty, I didn't really necessarily believe it, so it was kind of funny to see that after credit where he fucking really did.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like the techno language jargon that he uses, like, makes it funnier and it elevates the show.
Oh, man. You check the quantum carburetor or something? Is it quantum carburetor?
Yeah.
Jesus, Morty, you can't just put a sci-fi word in front of a car word and think it means something.
Yeah.
Think, oh no, something's wrong with the microverse battery. It just turns around and does it.
Yeah. So. Guys, we don't have too much else to say. We love episodes like this that just allow us to just talk and tell, and that allows us to tell funny stories like this, have good conversations, and I think that's it.
Yeah, that covers all the bases.
We're out of here. Guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction. If you like us and you want to support us, just like and subscribe and hit that notification. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you check out our other shows, such as WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And
if you don't, you won't.
Peace be with you.
Peace among worlds.
Oh, man.